Wait a minute. That's not how we do things on this channel. We start with the opening titles, please, Alan. That's better. And how about some John Williams music too to really set the scene? Okay, let's get started. At the turn of the century, I was living down south and the cinema I went past every day had a poster for Jurassic Park 3. I was thrilled. My all-time favourite blockbuster franchise was coming back and... what the hell was that on the poster? Over time it was revealed it would be the Spinosaurus, the biggest land predator of all time, taking the mantle of King of the Beasts. But hang on, T-Rex is the franchise symbol. And even if you don't like T-Rex, he's the dinosaur that kids go for in the toy shops. No one wants a plushy Spinosaurus, they want a Rex, and he's been king of the dinosaurs ever since I was a kid. Then I heard there would be a fight between Rex and Spino. What a way to end the film, I thought. Two apex predators slugging it out in the final showdown. I even bought the JP3 poster for my bedroom, got all excited like it was 1993 again. Let's give it a chance, I thought. What can go wrong? As it turns out, everything. So the film comes out and it's awful. Yes, the law of diminishing returns affects multiple films. See Terminator, Jaws and, well, take your pick, many more. But here's the kicker. Jurassic Park 3 has zero qualities which redeem it. There is no impact. The audience has no grasp on character or geography on the island. All the characters do is bicker or lie. They run across an indistinct landscape and meet a sticker book collection of dinosaurs which don't affect the escape, plot, audience tension, and that's it. There's no dramatic tension right up until the final shot. And there's still none then. But we'll get to that later. Brief history then. JP3 was put into production after development hell and little script. It would abandon other ideas, such a plane load of teens crash landing on the island, but considering all its ideas were sci-fi channel rubbish, the fact we got a film is nothing short of a miracle. The problem is that nothing in the film matters. There's no character and everything good about the original is thrown out. Alan Grant is still digging up bones, he still doesn't want kids, and the main arc of Jurassic Park, he overcame that, threw away his claw and realised archaeology and his life of no children were gone. Here we have him separated from Laura Dern's character Ellie, and considering their relationship was a major factor of JP1, it nullifies any of the character arcs that were set up. Dr. Grant now has his assistant and friend Billy, whose character's basically a dick. He steals eggs, tags along, and survives being pecked to death by a giant bird. Then we have William H. Macy and Tia Leone. They have a son who is trapped on the island after a nasty accident on a green screen and now needs rescuing. Then we have the dinosaur problem. The raptors are out the cage, but they're a bit naff. Gone are the masterful strokes of caged beasts who were way too scary to let out. Much like Lecter is caged in Silence of the Lambs, the raptor fence must stay intact, because if they get out, they're lethal. In the second film, The Lost World, the raptors easily dispatched all the hunters. Side note, if they had kept the original ending of The Lost World, we would have had a way better one than the San Diego carnage with lots more raptor fun. Check it out, read up on it, it's pretty cool. Anyway, here the characters are so boring that even the raptors can't be bothered. They lazily stalk, but we never really feel the menace of a wild animal that needs to remain caged. The original film treated them as if you were a tourist getting out of your car in the cheetah pen during a safari, a danger too stressful to comprehend, and the importance of keeping the door closed at all times was essential, but this time they just squeak, lay silly traps, and get all precious over their eggs. It's just not very exciting. Raptors affected everyone in the first film. Muldoon was terrified of them. Nedry left the raptor fence intact because even he didn't want to risk it. And, as their hunting pattern is explained, standing still won't help you. They come from the side and slit you open. Raptors and T-Rex have more time in the previous two films because they lay fear, tease what they can do, even with less screen time. Then there's the Spinosaurus, the new star. Joe Johnston stated we would all be amazed at the new king of the jungle, but we weren't. Spino was actually a fish-eating creature that, although it was huge and certainly bigger than the Rex, about 60 feet long, is just naff. They could have had Giganotosaurus, or even the gigantic herbivore Argentinosaurus if you want to go big. The possibilities are endless, but, as every kid with a colouring book will tell you, T-Rex is the king. He's the one you buy from the gift shop, he's the one that posted the film, and he's the one who gets the best introduction of all dinosaurs of all time in the first Jurassic Park. Spino's never built up like Rex is. In the first film, Rexy is teased, hinted, and held back, and when he comes, his entrance is one of the most memorable scenes in film history. From its water ripples to "Where's the goat?" to stomping out, it leaves you speechless. Spino's just big, and he does big things with his big arms, like roller plane around, break a fence, and be all super dinosaur with no spectacle. His role is to chase the protagonist like a dinosaur Terminator and just roar, be outsmarted, and just roar again. Don't get me wrong, there are some nice gags with him, such as that satellite phone's ringing, and it's in his stomach and he's behind you. And also, that same ringing phone gets retrieved from his faeces later on. I kind of like that. It's cool. But a bit like an unwanted party guest, Spinosaurus doesn't go away. He just keeps recurring. The biggest problem of all, though, is how T-Rex is treated. We meet him in a gag as Alan thinks, there's a dead dinosaur here, we're all safe. Then Rex sticks his head up from behind the corpse, and then he's killed in the most egregious and annoying fight which lasts seconds. He then falls to the ground dead, leaving everyone speechless and disappointed, all in the first half of the film. "Look," says Johnston, "my Spino's the new king." To which we all say, "Oh, piss off. You've taken the most iconic dinosaur and treated it like a joke. I thought another T-Rex would appear later, but as JP3 is all about jumping from one set piece to another with no character development, no dramatic tension and no sense of wonder, we're just left with a film that does nothing but bore. There could be multiple Rexes on the island and, like The Lost World, they were fiercely territorial. You see, even though they're animals, Spielberg gave them character. In the first film, it's how you can't tame a Rex. The second film, it's about Rex being parental. And in the third film, it's about Rex being fodder to a big, dumb, fish-eating thing, which will do nothing but pop up when our characters are chatting or sailing. Maybe they could have had it that Spinosaurus beat Tyrannosaurus in the opening fight and scampers off. Then, at the end of the film, as the military arrives, Spino comes back out through the trees and attacks the boats. All hope is lost. He's pulling bits apart from machines, eating people non-stop. But then, at the edge of the beach, here comes a T-Rex. Then they do the proper fight. And in between dodging teeth and claws, the gang barely make it out. That would have been tense, and Spino killed, as he's kind of the villain of the film. It would have made more sense. Remember, in JP1, Rex was an animal, but he was an iconic animal. He was there with reverence, spectacle, and his power was scary, but he also saved everyone at the end. Spino's just a big crocodile on long legs who rushes to his entrance, pops up every 15 to 20 minutes, then wusses out over a flare gun. To be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of Jurassic World, but the Indominus is at least teased through hiding him in trees, and, when he does appear, we get a sense of scale and speed as the gate closes and Star-Lord runs for his life. Also, in that film, even the Mosasaur gets a memorable introduction. Yes, it's not Raptor or Rex, but we feel the entry, and at the end, his purpose of jumping out the water has been hinted and recalled. JP3 has no dramatic tension or callback to an ability, moment, or significance which makes sequential sense. Spino's vision isn't based on movement, he doesn't hunt in packs, so what is he? What makes him a creature? Oh, he's big. But just because he's big doesn't mean he cuts it. Humans have characteristics and progressions in films, and, as Spielberg made sure, so did his dinosaurs. They weren't just CGI with teeth. In JP1, Vision's Rex is based on movement. That's why he eats the raptors at the end, because the humans were standing still. Yeah. In Jurassic World, we know Mosasaur can jump, so he's bursting out of the tank to eat Indominus is a plot hole you can drive a bus through, because it's hardly safe for the tourists, but we kind of get it. Also, Indominus is the villain of Jurassic World. He kills for sport, he's strong, he's just attacking our protagonist. We've got to save the kids. Even the combined might of Star-Lord and Gwen Stacy can't stop him. So, in the end, Rex comes as the hero with more teeth and, after being teased or filmed, emerges through the dark to take back his crown as king. Rex is even beaten by Indominus, which creates dramatic tension, but as per any film that builds a climax upon a ruse and pushing hope beyond reason, he rises again and takes down Indominus like a Marvel hero on his last ounce of strength. The first film was about opening a park. Bad idea, but Alan Grant accepts he could be a father, and Ian Malcolm's arrogance is humbled, and John Hammond nearly loses grandchildren. In the second film, Malcolm goes to find his girlfriend, and there are some guys taking dinosaurs off the island. It's not great, but as we've seen in the first film, I know how Malcolm feels. This adds conflict between him and Pete Postlethwaite's character, who is the apex predator of the hunters. Yet in JP3, it's just rescue a child we don't know and have no connection to from random characters who have no time to be set up. The idea that these idiots would be all alone in the Lost World should have been amazing and terrifying, but as there's no character, and there's no development, and there's just nothing, all the work from JP1 is undone. Even the death of the frigging dinosaur, who's the emblem of the first two movies, makes no sense. It's boring, underwhelming, and overdone right at the start. It's pointless. More to the point, with a lack of dramatic tension, an ending that leaves you thinking, oh, is that it? Did I just run out of money? I thought something was going to happen that would cause some kind of, excitement. But no. Even the complete illogicality of how the smug child even got to go windsurfing by a restricted island is just nonsense. Seriously, they would have had all kinds of illegal tours going on if it was just protected by a do not trespass sign, and maybe that would have made a better film. Characters make films. They create tension, drama, conflict. They go on a journey. They affect the plot. The plot is affected by them, and this works in symmetry and reverse. T-Rex was made as the star of Jurassic Park, and although Fallen Kingdom is helping to reduce his impact even further, yeah, he's a big reason why kids go there with a picture on their t-shirt. Terminator 2 and 3 at least knew Arnold Schwarzenegger was the biggest pull. That's why, although the T-1000 is way cooler and more powerful, Arnold's the guy on the poster. He's the one we're cheering. Killing Rex doesn't say, here's the new king of the jungle. It just says, screw you people who love the best bits of the first film. I've got no ideas apart from a bigger dinosaur you won't care about. Oh, and it roars. Oh, and it poos phones as well. Joe Johnston made a creature feature that had set pieces and an ending which just was really, really bad. Alan. Anyway, those are my thoughts on why Jurassic Park 3 lost its way and how not to kill your idols. So, until next time, I'll catch you later.